with therapy, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out now. But therapy, I sat down with Roman. He's one of our songwriters. And we came together and put our experiences of past relationships that we've been in, something that everyone can relate to, stuff that people don't want to talk about. There's a lot of stuff that we all go through in relationships that we don't want to talk about in public, but we want to have that moment where we're like, oh, I wish somebody would understand what I'm going through. Or you may feel alone in your situation. So what we did was we sat down and we were like, we should come up with a song that everybody can relate to, young and old. You know, a song that somebody can just turn on whenever they're going through stuff or they're feeling alone in their relationship. And that's how we came up with Therapy. So Theo, he is the person who made the beat, and he gave us this wonderful beat, and it instantly just came to our head about the song. We were like, no, we have to make this song mean something. This beat is too beautiful for us to not, just to put like a basic song. We need something that's going to really stand out and people can relate to. A lot of people that I've come encounter with, they don't like to go to therapy. They shun therapy. Some people they look at it like it's not necessary. And in reality, therapy can help a lot in any situation that you're in. So I said to myself, I'm like, I'm looking at Roman, I'm like, if nobody's gonna go to therapy, then let's make a song that can be therapeutic for them. And then we incorporated different scenarios and different situations in the video to show people, what the song is actually talking about, because some people don't really pay attention to the words when they're listening to music. So if they have a visual that's actually breaking down what we're talking about, then, some people are visual learners. They might look at the visual and be like, okay, dang, like I know what they're saying now in this song. And then, at the end of the video, I'm shutting the door, because I'm also saying, and this can go for guys and girls, if you're trying your hardest in a relationship and that other person is not putting in the same amount of energy, at the end of the day, you need to close the door on it. Even if it's going to hurt you, you need to close the door on it, because you need to stop wasting your energy on it, because something else may be better on that other side of the door. And so that's what we did with the video. We wanted to showcase that as well, and just show the good and the bad of a relationship. There's, when you're going through something so negative in a relationship, you think about the moments that were good, and you're like, how can I get that back? And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. So we definitely wanted to incorporate that in the song and in the video. Like I said in the video, at the end, I'm shutting the door. I feel like that's also a symbol of growth. That's a symbol of, instead of arguing with this person, instead of going back and forth with the person that you're with, walk away from the situation if it's not working. And that's what I took out of past relationships. So to incorporate that into, therapy and actually bringing it alive in the visual, I resonated with it very well, because I was like, look, this is me to a T. Like, I used to not walk away from stuff. I used to love to fight. I used to love to go back and forth with this person and, never have an ending result. So, walking away from a situation, it's not bad. I mean, if you feel like that's what you have to do it. So incorporating that into therapy and into the visual, and just showing that, it's okay to walk away from a situation. I mean, it is what it is. So what I learned through past relationships to help me become a better person in future relationships, I would say I learned a lot of patience. I'm very impatient, and I think that's where my communication skills lacked in, because when I'm upset, instead of me taking time to myself and saying, you know what, let me just recoup, get myself together, and then have this conversation with this person, I would just lash out completely. And so it would become a toxic situation. Not saying it was always, my fault, but I'm just speaking on my behalf. It would be a toxic situation. So once I kept getting the same results, I'm like, okay, well, I keep acting this way, and now this person, doesn't want to deal with me anymore, or we're on bad terms because I lashed out. I took a step back and I was like, why am I acting this way? Why am I carrying on this way? So I learned just from past relationships, like patience is key. Patience is key. If you have patience with yourself, with the next person, I feel like the communication is going to roll smoothly, and communication is it's the number one thing in a relationship. If you can't communicate with somebody, then, I mean, there's no point in that relationship. Also, too, there's times where I don't like to admit when I'm wrong in situations. And I learned that as well, because if you can't admit that you're wrong about something, and you try to deny it, or you try to be mad just because you don't want to admit that you're wrong, that doesn't help anything either. So I had to, grow up and realize, like, okay, admitting that you're wrong is not always bad, because we're humans and we're imperfect human beings. So we do make mistakes, but if you can admit to your wrongs, things move smoothly as well too. So I definitely learned those two things from past relationships, and I feel like it has helped me out as an adult now. Like, I feel like I've definitely matured, and I'm not perfect. I still have other things I have to work on, but those were the two things that definitely have helped me to become the person that I am now. So I do have another single coming out soon, you guys. If you love therapy, you're gonna love this too. I basically just want to say I'm gonna continue to work on some music. I have some good music coming out, and I just appreciate everybody who has supported this single, and I'm just grateful for everything that's coming from this. And thank you so much for having me.